You gonna hit my motherfucking brother? Cause your bitch gave you a side eye?
Just when we thought the Oscar slap drama was over, it's back and louder than ever. Will Smith dropped a new album touching on that infamous moment, but instead of praise, he's getting dragged by Chris Rock's brother, who's calling it out in a big way. Fans are already debating, is this growth or a grab for attention? And now there's buzz that Will never even apologized to Chris privately.
Okay. That nigga did not apologize. That did not apologize.
Oh. So what's really going on here? Is the album sincere or just smart PR? Before we break it all down, make sure you subscribe. At the 2022 Oscars, Chris Rock was on stage presenting an award when he made a remark about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Jada has alopecia, a condition that causes hair loss. Shortly after the comment, Will Smith walked onto the stage and slapped Chris Rock in front of the live audience. He then returned to his seat and made it clear he was upset about the joke. The moment was not scripted and caused confusion both in the theater and for viewers at home.
Love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Despite the disruption, the show continued. Later that night, Will Smith won Best Actor. The incident quickly spread online and became a major media topic. The Academy reviewed the situation and later banned Will Smith from attending any of its events for 10 years. Will issued a public apology. Chris Rock did not respond immediately, but addressed the situation months later in a comedy special. No charges were filed, and the incident remains one of the most talked about moments in recent award show history.
At the end of the day, I lost it, you know. It's hard. And I guess the thing that was most painful for me is I took my heart and made it hard for other people.
After the Oscar incident, Will Smith largely disappeared from public view. No major interviews, no press runs, just silence. But now he's back, and instead of sitting down on a talk show, he's let the music speak. His latest album feels less like a comeback and more like a full-blown statement. And while he doesn't name names, the messaging is loud. The album is raw, defensive, and personal. Will opens up about fame, mental health, betrayal, and the feeling of being torn apart by the same industry that once praised him.
It's like, you know, before I started, you know, I made 2 phone calls. I talked to Jay and I talked to Kendrick, and I was like, hey, I want to get back in music, and it was like, what's the advice? And Jay said, like, don't fake your story. He was like, you gotta say what's true for you. And he said, you'll be looking at the younger rappers and you want that to be true for you, but you don't live like that. It was like, be true to your story, tell your story. And that's where I got the based on a true story from Jay. And Kendrick, he paused, he said, man, just say that shit you always been fucking scared to say.
But what really stands out is how he seems to be firing back, not just at the media and critics, but at the deeper rumors that have followed him for years. Some fans say one track clearly targets the people pushing narratives about his private life, including those suggesting he's secretly gay or involved with powerful figures like Diddy. In fact, one song talks about false stories from people who never knew the truth, which many listeners have taken as a response to the growing accusations. Over the past year, insiders have claimed Will has had relationships with men behind closed doors.
Hey, young man, come on over. My husband just wants to touch you for a little while on camera. I promise you, you won't feel a thing. Sniff this.
Okay. So,
really? You stand on red carpets with and you sell an image of lies. Then you influence the public and ask the public to covet and want your life. Who wants that?
He's never publicly addressed these claims, but in the album, there's a clear sense that he's over it. He raps about being watched, picked apart, and packaged for headlines, all of which fits the wave of speculation around his identity. There are also lyrics that fans believe reference Diddy directly, with mentions of industry parties, fake friends, and contracts more personal than business. Whether real or not, it's clear Will knows the talk hasn't stopped, and he's using the music to push back in his own coded way. In several tracks across the new album, Will Smith circles back to the moment that changed everything, the Oscars slap. While he doesn't go into full detail or name anyone, the event is clearly a central theme throughout the project. In response to the album, Chris Rock's younger brother, Tony Rock, who's never been shy about speaking his mind, especially when it comes to family, has stepped in once again. With Will Smith now releasing music that subtly references the Oscars slap and the fallout that followed, Tony isn't staying silent. Tony, a comedian and actor in his own right, was one of the first people to publicly defend Chris after the incident in 2022.
Come on, Will. You talking about bitch ass? Oh, okay. That nigga did not apologize. That did not apologize. Oh. That's cap.
Right.
That was some TV interview shit he said. That nigga did not apologize.
How would it have needed to sound to you in order to be an apology?
I worked with Will for 4 years. All of Us was his TV show. He executive produced it with Jada Pinkett.
Right.
I was cast member for 4 years. That was my man, 100 grand. So much so that when he did the Q&A on his Twitter or whatever, and people sending questions in, he said himself, yo, I feel like the relationship between me and Tony Rock is irreparable now. It can't be fixed. He knew at some point, yo, Tone got to be addressed. That's my brother.
Right.
There was never no apology.
Now, with Will's album stirring everything back up, Tony has made it clear he's not impressed. To him, the album doesn't feel like accountability. It feels like damage control. He sees it as an attempt to reshape the story without directly confronting what happened or addressing his brother face to face. One recurring theme in Tony's comments has been the nature of Will and Jada's relationship. He's repeatedly suggested that their marriage has never been traditional, not just because of the open relationship talk, but because, according to him, it's more of a long-running business arrangement than a real romantic partnership. Over time, he's gone further, claiming that both Will and Jada have had same-sex relationships within the industry. These allegations, though never backed by hard evidence, have been tied to whispers about secret parties, private retreats, and connections to powerful Hollywood insiders, including names like Diddy, who's also been the subject of similar speculation. In one interview from years ago, Tony even hinted that Will's close relationships with certain male co-stars seemed too familiar, and he suggested that there's a reason the public rarely sees Will date or interact with women outside his brand safe image. As for Jada, Tony has claimed that her long-standing ties to artists, spiritual leaders, and actresses go beyond friendship, feeding into the idea that her relationship with Will is a front. He's also accused the couple of using controlled PR moments, like red table talk or curated magazine interviews, to keep the public distracted from what he calls the real story.
Anybody got a problem with? You got one motherfucking option what you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because if you think you're gonna walk up on this stage, this ain't the motherfucking Oscars.
According to Tony, every time a major rumor surfaces, the Smiths offer just enough vulnerability to gain sympathy, but never the full truth. He believes they've used their fame to dodge uncomfortable questions and reframe every scandal as a growth moment. More recently, Tony has claimed that he's attended parties hosted by Diddy and suggests he knows a lot about what really goes on behind the scenes, particularly involving the Smith family's inner circle.
Y'all ever been to a Diddy party?
Yeah, you know, man.
I have been to not quite a few. I've been to about 3 Diddy parties. I was at a July 4th joint. I believe I was at a Labor Day weekend joint. I was at some nighttime joint, and the cops shut it down. The July 4th joint was lit. My birthday is the end of June, so it was like we was all celebrating birthday, and we went to the Diddy joint. It was outside. It was at some fucking mansion in Hollywood Hills. He had the chicks in the balloon, like inside the balloons, walking on the water. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
They was in the water, walking on the balloon, dancing, and like some kind of Cirque du Soleil type shit.
Yeah.
Food was phenomenal. Drinks all day. They had the chicks walking around with the drinks on the trays. We just drank and partied all night. Bad chicks. And we never got in the house though. So we saw bad bitches going in the crib, and we was like, me and my man Dwight was with me. And we was like, yo, let's go see what's going on in the crib. And he was like, nah, you can't come to the crib.
These details, entirely unconfirmed, have kept fans on edge, with many speculating online about who knows what. Tony's frustration seems to come not just from the Oscars incident, but from years of what he sees as hypocrisy. To him, the music, the shows, and even the public apologies are all part of the same pattern: carefully managed narratives to protect a brand. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure: Tony's not backing down, and the stories keep getting wilder. But what do you think? Is Will really hiding something? Or is this just noise? Let us know in the comments below.